In today's video, we are continuing our coverage, our journey into Phase 5 and beyond. The travesty that was Marvel Phase 4 is now over. Now, don't get me wrong, there were some cool properties during Phase 4, some really cool projects. What If, Loki Season 1, WandaVision, Multiverse of Madness, and that's about it. Yeah, don't get me wrong, lads and ladettes. I did like other things, but they're the ones that stood out to me. So, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture-based content. We are expanding the range of things we cover within the genre that is pop culture. So make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos that we make on a daily basis if you could. Check us out on Instagram at WarStew to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Also check us out on Twitter, WarStewG, because I've got like 12 followers. So, Kevin Feige knows what he's doing. He knows Phase 4 was a massive flop. He knows what everyone else knows, what the fans know, that the audience know. In order to sell to the audience, there needs to be some kind of emotional attachment. Why do you think most people cried when Iron Man and Spider-Man hugged in Infinity War? Why do you think most people cried when Chris Evans was no longer Captain America? Why do you think people cried when Robert Downey Jr. played Iron Man for the last time? The emotional attachment. You need to either or love or hate whatever's going on. You need to be emotionally invested. At the moment, no one is really invested in the new team that will be the Avengers, that will go up against Kang and will get their ass handed to them. Why? Because Kang can go backwards and forwards. He can literally freeze time. How is Kevin Feige going to make sure Avengers 5 and 6 at least bang $2 billion? He's going to have to bring some of the OG gangsters back, the original gangsters. My Time to Shine, who claims to be an insider, has over 100,000 followers on Twitter. Not that means anything. So according to My Time to Shine, RDJ is back, baby. Captain frickin' obvious. Do you want a biscuit? Literally, everyone's been saying this for the longest time, but when a scooper says it, it means something. For Secret Wars, for sure. For a movie that's not coming out to 2026, they've not even started, they've not even scripted the whole movie yet. They've probably got the general outlier, but we already know for Secret Wars, they're trying to bring literally everyone back. There's reports out there Hugh Jackman will be involved, Toby, Andrew, even Tom Holland's going to play Venom in Secret Wars, allegedly. They're trying to bring all the X-Men through, the Fantastic Four. There is so many reports out there that, is it news? It's a slow week. And there's been talk for a cameo in Armored Wars. So you're going to bring Robert Downey Jr. back. What, some parallel universe that was identical to the main MCU timeline. So it's literally the same character without being the same character. When they get decimated at the end of Avengers 5 and they have to venture through the multiverse to find new characters and new people or old people who can take out Kang. Maybe. Armor Wars. So he's coming back for Armor Wars as well. A lot of people seem to think he was going to be the artificial intelligence voice behind Riri Williams, IronHeart's female Iron Man's voice. A lot of people seem to think that. The problem with that is Robert Downey Jr. is not cheap. He isn't cheap. To bring RDJ back, it's gonna cost you a lot of freaking money. Like, all the money you could think of, then some. A lot of people won't realize that actors don't earn as much money as what you think. Sure, they earn more money than the average person, but they don't earn crazy money, but RDJ did. So for his almost cameo role in Homecoming, he made $10 million. For Infinity War, it was estimated he earned $75 million. And for Endgame, it was estimated anywhere between $70 to $100 million for one movie. That is a lot of money. But you would think movies, Infinity War made over $2 billion, Endgame made over $2 billion. You would think Robert Downey Jr. would have earned a lot more money than that. So to bring him back to cameo in Armor Wars is going to cost millions. To get him to do the voice for Riri Williams' Ironheart suit, which he's not probably going to do, would cost too much. To get him to come to do Secret Wars, it's going to cost so much money to get him to come back. It really will. But he did recently said that he missed being in the trenches with Kevin Feige doing Marvel-related stuff. So I do believe this report is true, but it's not really a scoop or anything. It did make Armor Wars start to trend last night, but is it good bringing him back? Well, it is, but it isn't, because like I said at the start of the video, you've got to believe in the new Avengers team. And if you're going to keep relying on, let's bring Robert Downey Jr. back, let's somehow bring Black Widow back, let's somehow bring the real Thor back, because what the freaking hell is that at the moment? The only real OG, well, not OG Avenger, the only real Avenger they've got at the moment that people care about is Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So you need to bring the emotional attachment back. Now, sure, you've seen the rumor, you've seen the theory that at the end of Kang Dynasty, a portal's going to open, and Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow all come through, and somehow it's the OG ones that aren't really around. I get it, Chris Evans' Captain America isn't dead, but you need to get the emotional attachment there. So as much as I'm not really invested in the likes of Moon Knight and Kamala Khan and definitely Shang-Chi and a bunch of other people, you need to really build them up. I know there's so many Marvel projects. I say projects because they keep scrapping TV shows and turn them into movies. Armor Wars was supposed to be a Disney Plus show originally. Is you need to back your own horse. If you're going to say, right, there's a new Avengers team, don't rely on the old Avengers. So, cool, Robert Downey Jr. is a fan favorite, but just like bringing Logan into Deadpool 3, it is set before Logan. What are they going to do? Have some kind of time-traveling device, and it's Robert Downey Jr. from, like, before Infinity War that somehow teleports forward in time to Secret Wars? I mean, that could work. I mean, that would be pretty cool, but you know it's going to be a multiversal character that Robert Downey Jr. ends up playing. I mean, cool. He will come back at some point, sure. I'm not saying this report is fake news or anything like that. It's just, Scoop's a little bit pointless because there's no contact. Don't get me wrong, it did pretty well on the tweets, but it doesn't really say anything. And sure, genius. How do you beat Endgame? Well, you've got to bring literally everyone through. The Fantastic Four, X-Men, literally everyone. All the original Avengers, if you can find a way to bring them through the multiverse and do it that way. So yeah, cool. It is hype. But leave it to Secret Wars. He doesn't need to be in Armor Wars. Let Rhodey take care of that and whatever's going to happen in Armor Wars. To be fair, we don't really know much about Armor Wars. But yeah, I mean, there is good points about him coming back and bad points. It would almost be like, yo, they're admitting they can't move on. Like Chris Evans said as Captain America in Endgame, some people move on, but not us. It would almost be like they're admitting that they have no new, fresh ideas to the point where they've got to bring old people back. And cool, I get it. Wolverine, Hugh Jackman's coming back, but he was never in the MCU, so he's coming back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the first time, realistically. And I would say the report is true, but as I've also said, it's not exactly a scoop because literally anyone can say anything about Secret Wars, about, yo, Tom Hardy Venom's going to be in it. Andrew's going to be in it. Toby's going to be in it. Tom Holland's going to be in it. And all this kind of stuff. There's so much hypocrisy. It's like saying Jessica Chastain is being eyed up to play a character in Captain America New World Order. It's like Logan Paul's ex-girlfriend, Quake. I'm saying Logan Paul's ex-girlfriend. I can't remember her real life name. But yeah, she played Quake in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's returning. It's not really a scoop because things behind the scenes happen. It's kind of a buyout clause how scoopers can get away with getting things right and wrong all the time because it's like, oh, well, story changed. They obviously went with someone different and that kind of stuff. So sure, Robert Downey Jr. will probably return at some point, but I'm not saying it's true. And it's like, and My Time to Shine always likes to drop little things here and there. I heard Silver Surfer is a movie and stuff like Eternal 2 will be Judgment Day, more cosmic. Chloe is not attached. It's like little things like that. It doesn't really matter if they're not true. Sure, there will be Eternals 2, but when it's not a real direct, this exactly is what is happening, it's kind of like saying, yeah, we're basically chucking Reddit stuff out onto Twitter. And if some of it sticks, cool, bro. But to be fair, My Time to Shine is pretty reliable. So likewise, guys, let me know, is there an emotional attachment towards the new Avengers team that's not even been formed yet? There isn't. So would bringing RDJ back get you back in the cinema? Because Avatar 2 has literally proved in just over 2 weeks, over $1 billion. If you make a decent-ish movie, people will go out and watch it and stop using this freaking pandemic excuse that people keep using. So likewise, guys, check us out on Twitter. What's today? Check us out on Instagram at @What'sTru, and I will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.